Term 5, Lesson 11, Perimeter, Part 1. Okay, your remember task, see if you can remember the names of some shapes and work out some perimeters in Part 2. Press pause on the video, do the 2 questions, and then press play and we'll go through the answers. Okay, let's have a go at remembering some of the shapes. Name each of these regular polygons and state how many sides it has. Regular, it means all the sides are the same length. So it's a regular polygon, all the sides are the same length. Okay. So first one is an equilateral triangle. Second one is a square. Third one is a regular pentagon. There are 5 sides. Pent is 5. D is a regular hexagon. Hex is 6 sides. And E is a regular octagon. Oct is 10. Sorry, not 10, 8. Think of octopus, 8 tentacles. So there's 8 sides. Question 2. Work out the perimeter of each of these shapes. The first one has been drawn on centimetre squared paper. So if anything else, we can just count round. Find where our start point is and then count round. So we're starting here. So our first step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 centimetres. So this one was not on squared paper, but we have been told it's 9 centimetres along here and 3 centimetres down here. And because it's a rectangle, because that's 9, that is 9, because that's 3, that is 3. So we need to add all those numbers together. Okay, so it's 9, add 3, add 9, add 3, which equals 24. You could say 9 add 3 is 12, and then times 2 or double it because you're doing, again, 9 add 3. So 9 add 3 is 12, times 2 is 24. And C, this is 2.4, so this is 2.4. This is 1.8, so that is 1.8. Okay, so we can do our start point. I normally start top left and go around clockwise when I'm doing these things. And I normally mark where I start, just in case I forget. If you were on something like this pentagon, you might decide to start here, but then when you counted round, you might think, oh no, I started there. So you repeat a step. So always mark where you start. Okay, so I'm marking where I've started. So it's 2.4, add 1.8, which equals 4.2. And then I've added another 4.2. So I've added these two together, got my answer, and then I added another 4.2 because I know those 2 sides are the same as those 2 sides. So 8.4 centimetres. Okay, the perimeter is the total distance around the edge of a shape. To work out the perimeter of any shape, add up the lengths of all the sides. So this one, show our starting point, and we count round. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I know I've got 4 centimetres along the top, 3 centimetres down here. So 4 add 3 is 7. And then I need to add another 7 because I've got 4 add 3 there. Okay, so 4 add 3 is 7. Add another 7 is 14 centimetres. Question B. Start point. I'm going to count round. I've got a bit of an odd shape this time. I've got 1, 2, 3. Add 1, 2. Add 1. Add 1, 2. Add another 2. And then add 4. And it equals 14. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 14. C, my start point, I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I know it's a regular quadrilateral, which is a square, because all the sides are the same length. So I just could do 3 times 4. Where's it coming? Which equals 12 centimetres. I could just confirm that for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 lots of 3 centimetres makes 12. Okay, this one, we've got sort of like a lying down F shape here. Again, we've got to show where we're going to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 along the top, 4 down here, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, and 2 to get back to where I started from. Okay, 6 add 4 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Literally count all the steps around. The outside of the shape is your perimeter. Think of perimeter beginning with P, and the path that you're walking begins with P. Path begins with P. Okay, so have a little go at this one. There is a couple of decimals in there, so make sure you get those in the right place when you're lining them up. Work out the perimeter of this shape in centimetres. So press pause on the video, have a go, then press play when you're ready to look at the answers. Right, okay, let's have a go. My starting point, so I know I've got 2.5, add 1, add 1, add 2, add 3.5, add 3, and then I'm back to where I started. Okay, if I add all these up, if I add them all up, I'm going to look at my halves as my 0.5s first. So 2.5 add 3.5 is going to be 6. I've got 3 add 2 is 5, and those 2 halves make another one. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 centimetres is the perimeter around that shape. Anytime you need to press pause to copy stuff down, do so, and then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, so question 5, question 6, I'd like you to have a little go on your own. I'm just going to talk you through 5A, just to show what I would do here. My start point, I know that I've got 2 centimetres here. They're regular polygons, so that means all the sides are the same length. So I've got 2 here, I've got 2 here, and I've got 2 here. So my perimeter could be 2 add 2 add 2 equals 6. Or I could just go, I've got 2 centimetres times 3 sides. So I could say it's 2 times 3 equals 6 centimetres. Have a go at B, C and D, and then have a go at question 6. Press pause and then press play when you've completed them, and we'll check the answers. Okay, question B. We know we've got a side of 6 centimetres. They're regular polygons, so we know that this is 6, this is 6, this is 6, and this is 6. So let's come on where he's coming. We've got 6 and we've got 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 times 5 is 30 centimetres. So let's see, we've got 5 centimetres, so it's going to be 5 times something. Let's count how many sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm back to where I started. So it's going to be 5 times 6, which equals 30 centimetres. The path around the outside of that hexagon equals 30 centimetres. The perimeter. Okay, the last one. Oh, I've put my start cross there already. Oh, here it comes. I've got 4 centimetres and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So it's 4 centimetres times 8 equals 32 centimetres. Okay, here we've got a 50p coin. It's a regular shape. Count our sides. I'm just going to count right from the very top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And back to the top. We have 7 sides. It's a heptagon. 7-sided shape is a heptagon. Okay, so a 50p coin has the shape of a heptagon. Each edge is 1.2 centimetres long. Find its perimeter. So we've been told the length of one side, and we've just counted to say a heptagon has 7 sides. So I'm going to do 1.2 times 7. Okay, 2 times 7 is 14. There's my 4, carry the 1. 1 times 7 is 7. Add the 1, makes 8. I've got 1 decimal place in my question, so I need to have 1 decimal place in my answer. Okay, I've gone in 1 jump, I've gone in 1 jump. So the answer is 8.4, and we're measuring in centimetres. So remember to include the units of measure. Okay, so find the missing lengths marked with letters. So if we look at this first shape, we've got an A here. We don't know how long this is, but we have been informed of this vertical height and this vertical height. So this height, add this height, will total this height. So A equals 2, add 1, which is 3. 3 centimetres. So we know now that this side is 3 centimetres, and the other 2 vertical lines also total 3 centimetres. If we look at B, we know that this long side here is 9 centimetres. But if we come across to the other vertical heights, we've got a mystery of B and 3. So we know that side B here is equal to the total of this length. Take away this one. Okay, because if I draw a line along here and put a little mark here, I know I've got 9 centimetres. Take away the 3 centimetres, and that will tell me what's left. Okay, so 9 take away 3 equals 6. So I now know that B equals 6. I'm just going to check with the inverse. So 6, add 3 equals 9. It's correct. Okay, that vertical height is the same as that vertical height plus that vertical height. And we've just found out that that one's 6. So this time we've got C, it's a horizontal length here. Again, we know the whole length is 8. We know a part of it is 2.5 centimetres, so we need to find out what the rest of it is. So it's like we're cutting away this 2.5 to find out what this bit is. So we're going to do 8, subtract the 2.5, because if I just draw a line here, that will give me the 2.5 centimetres there. So 8, take away that, will tell me what that part is. So 8 centimetres, take away 2.5 centimetres. Because I'm involved with fractions, decimals, I'm going to do it in a column. So I've got 0, take away 5. I can't do that, so I need to come and use one of these from the 8. I'm going to cross the 8 out, take 1 away from there, and add it to the previous column. Now I can do the subtraction. 10, take away 5 is 5. 7, take away 2 is 5. And remember, your decimal will line up. They're all lined up when you add, subtract, or divide. Line the decimals up. Okay, so that's 5.5, and that is centimetres as well. I think I missed that bit out. Okay, have a go at these on your own. Just think about it carefully, what you do know, and use what you know to find out what you don't know. So for example, for this shape A, you're finding length A and length B. Just look, you've been told this long horizontal line is 12. You know that that's the mystery you're trying to find, but you do know that part of it. For B, which is this vertical line, you don't know what that is, but you do know that part, and you do know that part. Press pause, have a go, and then we'll go through the answers. Right, okay, so the first one, shape A. To find A, we know we've got 12. So if we do 12, take away this 1.5, it'll give us 10.5. So we know that this distance is 10.5. So if I just check with the inverse, 10.5 add 1.5 will make 12. Yes, I'm correct. So this vertical height here, I know that I've got 4. If I add 5, I get 9. That will be my total height. This part is 5, this part is 4. Add them together, we get 9. So we've worked out the missing lengths for A and B. Part B, though, is work out the perimeter of the shape. So we have our starting place. So we're going to have 12, add B, which we now know is 9, add 1.5, add 5, add A, which we now know is 10.5, and then add 4, and you're back to where you started from. Okay, so 12, add 9, add 1.5, add 5, add 10.5, add 4, equals 42. Okay, you can add these up however you like. Some people like to cross them out as they do them. I'm looking at these ones with the decimals. So 10.5, add 1.5. So I've got 10, add 1 is 11, and the 2 halves make 12. Add 4 is 16. Add 5 is 21. Add 9 is 30. Then I've got 42. So just do it in however you're most comfortable adding those up. If you want to add 2 numbers, get your total. Add another one, get your total. It's just up to you. Okay, the second question, B. First you've got to locate where the numbers are, right? Okay, we've got A here that we're trying to find. That's the horizontal line. And we've got B, this vertical line. So A, I know that the whole length is 15. I know that we've got part that equals 7, and we've got part that equals 5, and another part, if I added them all together, I'd make 15. So if I'm going to do 5 add 7 is 12. So if I take 12 away from 15, I will find out what this short bit is here. Oh, going on to B straight away. Right, so part A, I've got 15, take away this 7 and take away this 5. So I've just added them together so I can do it in one jump. So 15 take away 12 equals 3. So I know that little bit there is 3. My vertical lines, I know I've got 2 centimetres there. I've got a mystery here. Oh, I've got 5 here, and I've got 6 here. So 6 add 5 is 11, so I know my total has got to be 11. So if I do 11, take away this 2, that would equal 9. Okay. Oh, where's that gone? Disappeared. Here we go. Okay, so if I'm setting it all out, I've got it here. So I've got 5 add 6 on one side of my equals. I know it's got to equal B add 2. So now, if I've written all that down, I want B on its own because that's the mystery. So if I take 2 away from this side of the equals, I've got to take 2 away from that side of the equals. That will leave me B on its own. 11 take away 2 is 9. So I know that B equals 9. So now we need to walk around to find our path around the outside. Our path will tell us the perimeter of the shape. So I now know that I've got 15, add 2, add 7, add B. B was 9, so I'm going to add 9 there, add 5, add 6. A was 3, so I'm going to add 3, add 5. And you will find the total of that all equals 52, and we're measuring centimetres. Okay, these are a little bit tricky. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be fine. You've just got to work out what you know, so you do actually know both of those lengths. So you know the whole total length from top to bottom is 11. On this side, however, we've only got the 2 that we've been given, and you've got to find that mystery bit. So really, you're doing 11, take away 2, equals 9. That will tell you your perimeter. Just remember which bits are what. If you wanted to write on there 9 and write on there 3, that is fine. Okay, third shape. We've got a funny old shape here. Find what we're looking for. We've got B here as a horizontal line we're looking for, and A is here, a vertical line. Right, okay. So we know, if I look at the vertical lines on the left of the shape, if you like, I've got 4 centimetres, add 2 centimetres, and I know that should equal 4 centimetres, add A. Okay. I've got 4 add 2 equals 6, and A add 4. So 4 add the 2 equals the 6. On this side, I've got A add 4. That should equal 6. Looking at it like this, I want to find A on its own, so I need to take away 4, which means I take away 4 on that side of the equals as well. So 6, take away 4, that will leave me with 2 centimetres equals to A. So I've got 4, add 2 equals 6, and I've got 2, add 4 equals 6. That's dealt with those vertical lines and the one that's missing, so let's find the horizontal. On the horizontal, I've got 2 centimetres, add 4 centimetres, 4 centimetres, add B. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. So we know that that 2 add 4 equals 6. We've got 6 along here, and we've got B add 4. So 4, just like the previous one, to get B on its own, I need to subtract 4. So I need to subtract 4 on that side of the equals as well. That will leave me with 6 subtract 4 is 2. 2 centimetres will equal B. Okay, my cross is already here for my start. So I'm going to do 2, add A, which is 2. So it's going to be 2, add 2, add 4, add 4. B is also 2, add 2, add 2, add 4, add 4. Long line here. And if you added it all up together, you'd find it's 24 centimetres. The path around the outside of this shape is 24 centimetres. Okay, so this is the last question that you'll be doing today. We'll carry on with perimeters tomorrow or with the next lesson. Have a go at this one on your own. Press pause. When you've completed the question, press play and we'll go over it together. Okay, question 9. The diagram shows the dimensions of a bedroom that is going to be carpeted. Carpet gripper is put around the perimeter. Carpet gripper is just a little plank of wood that goes all the way around the outside. It's got little nails in it to hold the carpet in place. Okay, so that's all it is, carpet gripper. Carpet gripper is put around the perimeter of the room before the carpet is laid. Work out the missing lengths of X and Y. How much carpet gripper is needed for this room? So because it's going around the path around the outside, the perimeter, that's what we need for the gripper. So first of all, we need to find out X and Y because we've got mysteries here and here. We don't know what the lengths of these. However, we do know the whole long length here is 3.5 meters. And we know that this part of it is 3 meters. So if I do 3.5 meters, subtract 3 meters, that will tell me what this little bit is here. And for Y, I know that the whole vertical distance is 2.8 meters. If I come to this end, I've got 2 meters that I know about. So 2.8 subtract the 2 will tell me what Y is. So let's see it written down. So X equals 3.5 along the top here, subtract the 3. So 3.5, take away the 3 whole, leaves me with 0.5. And for the Y, I know the 2.8 meters up the side here. I know I've got 2 meters, so 2.8 meters subtract 2 meters. So that's getting rid of the whole bit. I've got 0.8 meters left. Now to find the perimeter, so that we know how much gripper we need, 3.5, add 2.8, add 3, add 0.8 for Y, add 0.5 for X, and add 2. Now, because I've got decimals and things involved, I'm going to do this in column. So I've got my 3.5, add 2.8, add 3. Now, there's no decimal there, so I'm going to add my 0.0 so that I know I've got everything lined up. Y is 0.8, then X is 0.5, and then my last distance to the cross where I started from is 2, and I'm going to add the 0.5 so that I've got the same number of decimal points for all my numbers. So now I can do my adding up. I can see that 5 add 5 is 10, but I'm going to do 8 add 8 is 16, plus this 10 is 26. Oh, I'll put my decimal point in, make sure I don't get it in the wrong place. There's my 6 and there's my 20, 26. Now I've got 3 and 3 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Remember to add the 2 you've carried, so that makes 12. And we are measuring in meters, so it's 12.6 meters of gripper that you will need. Okay, if you need to go back over these questions, please do so. It is a little bit tricky, especially when you're trying to find the mystery distances. And then you have to incorporate that into finding your perimeter. Okay, it might be worth going through again. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll see you again in the next lesson.